Welcome back to another episode of Move Podcast, the podcast that brings you inspiration, motivation, and real life strategy to help you level up in life. I'm the host, Lobito, aka Mr. Consistency. And today we are going to be diving deep into the Uber business in Nigeria. A lot of people don't really know what it entails to become an Uber. Different kind of difficulties dey there because Mr. A dey do am. It not mean say Mr. B go do am, he go dey okay with the job. That is why I have an amazing guest that we met in circumstances that wasn't planned, you understand? And we became good friends. He's here in the studio with me today to share some thoughts. I know you all have a lot of questions in your mind, and this episode is going to be the solution to every problem in your mind. Let's welcome him to the studio.
My name is Mikhail Walirula Olawale. So I'm so pleased to be here on this wonderful episode, and I believe we have a lot to share and learn at the same time.
That's amazing.
Stay tuned as we go on.
That's amazing, Mr. Mikhail. Mr. Mikhail, can you share how you got into Uber business and what motivated you to start?
Actually, after doing several jobs, and I was actually working with an insurance firm,
Okay.
a brokerage firm. So then I was earning 80,000 naira as a salary.
Okay.
You understand? Everybody is being underpaid in this country,
Yeah.
regardless. Imagine how much you spend through school, and at the end of the day, you're settling for less. So then things were hard. I would be like, before I could pay my rent, I have to get a loan, stuff like that. And then I've been hearing from my friends that stays in Abuja. They were like,
Okay.
bro, why don't you try Uber? Like, we've been doing this and we are making enough. I was like, is Uber a profession at first? Because you know how people ridicule people a lot.
Yeah.
Down to security jobs.
Exactly.
You know, other countries, driving job is a profession.
A profession.
So I'll be like, I was like, oh, they'll say, what's your job? I'm an Uber driver. The next thing you hear, an ordinary driver. So after going through a lot, so there was one day, my friend lent me his car just to see how it's going.
Okay.
And that was festive period. So believe me, in a day, I realized my salary.
Whoa.
Just a day.
You realized your salary.
I realized my salary. That was when I was like, what I'm actually waiting for at the end of the month. I got it just in a day. How many rides? Just few rides, and boom, I'm seeing like 100K in my account.
Whoa.
It's just like I hit a gold mine. So after then, I was like, oh, what should I do? What's the next step? How can I get a car? So there was a friend that actually introduced me to a man. I give it up to that man, Mr. Zion. He's a very nice man. Shout out to Mr. Zion. He's the first man he's an Igbo man at that. He's the first man that gave me a car on hire purchase.
Whoa.
Actually, though, before I could earn his trust, that car was Tokumbo car. He said, oh, I'm going to do delivery for like 6 months.
All right.
Then if you see how well I'm doing, then probably we can have an agreement on hire purchase.
All
so
right.
I was like, okay, no problem. So I'm the kind of person, I'm a man of integrity, yeah?
All right, good.
For the good 6 months, I didn't fuck up on his payment.
How much
I was remitting 35,000 every week, weekly. And regardless of anything, even if I'm sick, I'm down, I will make sure he gets his own cut. I don't give excuse on his pay. And the car is as intact as the way he has given it to me. So anytime he sees his car, he's always like, wow, really? Is this the car I gave to you? Really? So that alone convinced him that, oh, definitely you're a good person. Let's have an agreement. And under 1 year, 6 months, I finished paying up the car.
How much was the hire purchase?
The hire, then, Corolla value then was around 1.6, 2 million. So I think he purchased the car for 1.6. The hire purchase was going for around 2.6. So I offset it in 1 year, 6 months. So with no issues. So and believe me, some drivers are actually doing well than some bankers. Because the average Nigerian, you get the salary, the minimum wage itself, we are making more than it.
You are making more than the minimum.
More than it. Some people are earning 30K a salary, 50,000 a salary. Believe me, as an Uber driver, you should not look down on yourself. You're actually doing well for yourself.
Mr. Mikhail, what is the best way to acquire an Uber? You understand? Is it buying outright, leasing, or hire purchase?
I'll put it like this. In the past,
All right.
getting a car is actually easy. And there's a saying that goes like this, that the bad people are the one that actually ruin the good people.
Exactly. Yes.
It goes like this, that the bad people have stopped the good ones actually seeing favors.
Yeah.
So in the past, cars are so, like, you can get cars easily. But so many owners out there, shout out to them, Mr. Zion. I got my car from him on hire purchase, and through me, 7 more people got cars from him.
That's good.
And that was due to my integrity with him, like how I deal with him. So it was like, oh, if you can do like this, it was like, bring more people like you.
More people like you.
You understand? So after then, and believe me, the 7 people I brought, none of them fucked up.
That's amazing.
Though there are times whereby we have human error, whereby it's a machine, whereby you won't be able to pay. So, but we all come to an understanding.
That's very
so
good.
None of them absconded with his car or ruined his car or didn't finish payment. All deal was signed and done fairly. That to the extent that he was even asking that, oh, will you be willing to work with me in the future? That's the extent of the relationship. So, but nowadays, it's so painful that so many drivers out there have actually blocked this opportunity. Aside from the economy, presently, getting a car, you can't save for it. Depending on the kind of job you've been doing, probably maybe you own a car before, so you now want to switch into Uber business. It's easy that way. As we go on, we'll break it down, the maintenance and all. So, but if you don't have a car at all, getting a car is actually hard nowadays.
What is the easiest way to get a car?
The easiest way to get a car is connection. Referral, as they say. Referral. They say the greatest advertisement is referral.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Depending if you know someone, that's someone you know actually knows someone. So that is the easiest way to get a car now, because you can't just see someone clearance of car, everything. Just Corolla is going to like 7 million now.
Of course.
Do you understand? Yeah. So people are not. So if they should buy that car 7 million and give it to you on hire purchase, how much do they want to give you? How many years do you want to pay it for? So the process is not that easy now. But now, okay. We'll explain as we go on. The thing is, the easiest way to it is just that. Get a connection. Know someone that knows someone. And that's just it.
That's amazing. Mr. Mikhail, what are the biggest challenges Uber drivers face daily, and how do you handle them?
For me, in the past, like I would say, because the way the country is now, we have to refer to when things were normal and when things is abnormal now. The abnormalities is everywhere now. So the challenges I face, me starting Uber, that's the number one challenge you face is navigation, knowing your way. Because there are some places where you have so many one-ways. And sometimes Google Maps are not updated, whereby the Google Map will be telling you that, oh, you are seeing a stream, and Google Map will tell you that, oh, there's a road there. Sometimes you have to use discretion. It's not just by the Google Map. So many times I got into one way that I was being apprehended, and the law enforcement agencies, they would not listen. Oh, you are ignorant. There's no ignorant of law. You understand? In Nigeria, of course. So, and there's nothing like first offender in this country. They won't pardon you. So I would advise strictly, if you want to go into this business, first thing first you have to know is road network. Those are the biggest challenge is road network. And another challenge is art of persuasion.
What does that mean?
Like what you must have is in marketing.
All right.
There is, for every marketer, that if you're a marketer and you can hear me, you will know what I'm saying. Like you must have this quality of art of persuasion.
Okay.
Like how to persuade people,
How to persuade them.
how to welcome them.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Those kind of things. You might have a rider that has a rough day already
Okay.
coming into your car. How do you receive them? Maybe probably you're having a bad day already.
Okay.
So how won't you transfer aggression? How won't you guys cross each other?
That's it. That's
You
it.
get so
That's
those
it.
kind of things. That is the second thing. The challenges there again is when the government are not really trying on this part. Whenever our car break down on the road,
Okay.
we have this challenge about the touts, the area boys. They come start giving you their own bills. Probably maybe you have a flat tire. Oh, they will just come out of the worst place is the Third Mainland Bridge.
Eh?
Very crazy. Don't ever let your car break down on that place. Third Mainland Bridge, Oshodi. Those two places. Those guys are brutal there. Believe me, they will tell you, this is what we are. You won't touch that car. They will be telling you this is your money, and if you don't pay, you won't like what you see. So that's just it. So I will advise everyone out there, check your car properly before you get on the way. It's very important. Check your tires, check your engine, check your oil, check every damn thing. That's number 3 I highlighted, right?
Yeah.
The number 4 challenge there is, we have good days and bad days in this business.
Definitely.
How do you handle them? Every day, life's not a bed of roses, as they say. So, and every day is not going to be rosy. So for me, the way I handle it is this, because there are sometimes you are your own prophet sometimes, whereby God will speak to you and depend on you. Are you assimilating? Are you getting that message God is giving to you? Do you get? So when I see that something bad happened already, I would retrace my steps and I would be like, should I go home? Should I continue? Should I go home? Should I continue? So whichever way, I will just follow my mind and just.
That's amazing.
Okay.
That's
prayer.
amazing.
Prayer is very important.
Prayer is very, very
and
important.
prayer is very important. Before setting out, prayer is very
Very
important.
important.
So
That's amazing.
my challenges so far. That's just it.
That's amazing. How do you deal with difficult customers, bad rating, or security concern? How do you deal with them?
Actually, we're different people, yeah.
Of course.
We have over 2,000 drivers out there.
All right, sure.
Doing this job, and we have different customers patronizing us every day,
Definitely.
day to day. So, and we have, this clients. There is class. On boats we have business, we have boats, we have comfort, and we have economy.
Yes, of course.
So, and now it depends on which of the class you are. For me, though, I see that appearance shows manner. The way you present yourself to customers really matters. Definitely. There are some customers that are really, really saucy. Very, very saucy. For instance, let me give you an instance. There was a lady one time like that. She requested a ride.
All right.
So I got to her location. Calling her, I was unable to, because sometimes there are some houses. Google Map will not pinpoint the exact address. Definitely, maybe the house is at the back.
Yeah.
So there's a street at the back. Google Map will take you to someone else. I called her at first, like, "Oh, ma'am, where is the address confirmed? Is it okay?" She was like, "Follow your map." She gave me a savage response. Like, okay, no problem. Getting to her, when she was about coming out, she was like, "I can't see you." I was like, what do you mean, ma'am? I'm in front of your house. She's like, "Oh, you're at the back. Come front." I was like, okay, no problem. I'm here already. And by that time, I was already waiting for like 30 minutes. And norms on the app, you are just meant to wait for 5 minutes. Max. Some customers have that impression that, boat is charging me for waiting time. And that waiting time is nothing.
I think it's like 34 naira or something.
You get, so if, do you know, let me just branch to somewhere quickly. There's a difference between foreign clients and our indigenous clients. I will liken it to that.
Okay.
There's one thing that occurs very well that I've studied, and the accuracy, I've gotten it 100%.
Okay.
Foreign clients, whenever they request you, you would always meet them outside. waiting for you. But Nigerian clients, maybe by the time they request that ride, they are just going to the bedroom to brush their teeth, to prep. Some will still be doing makeup and all. And meanwhile, you are delaying the drive. You are meant to manage each other's time.
Time, exactly.
You get. So if the driver is a kind of hot-tempered person, that's when you start seeing it on news whereby a driver and the rider are having issues whereby the driver was abusive, blah 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 blah. It's because of what they've actually done to him. It's not actually their fault.
Definitely.
But there are ways I manage that.
All right.
For me, I rather avoid trouble. Good. If I see you're that kind of client, I either end your ride, then find my way, or I try to receive you calmly and see if the conversation is not there, like if the vibe is not there, I keep quiet till you get to your destination. So getting to your destination, I know the end of it is pay me my money and you go.
That's just it.
So, and we have another set of people whereby clients that don't have money to pay. They have, there are so many people living fake life.
Definitely.
You understand? They don't actually have that money to enter Uber, but they need to get to where they are going so badly. And it differs, some with good intentions, some with bad intentions. You understand? I've seen a situation whereby even customer offered me sex.
Whoa.
In replace of my pay. She offered me sex. She was like, oh, I feel, make I run, give you doggy now. I was like, doggy. I was like, ma, it's my money that I want. I don't want that. Doggy. Because if you're a womanizer and you want to venture into Uber business, I would advise you not to. Try. Because you would just end up not bringing nothing home. 0-0. That's how they say it.
You've had like doggy like sis.
You've had, yes, because you've exchanged money for pleasure. At the end of the day, your car will start breaking down. You will not be like, oh, I don't have money to fix my car.
Because of doggy.
Because of doggy. We have so many people. The reason why they're going into this business is just for woman. You understand? So we have so many drivers, different types of drivers. If you are in the midst when they start gisting about this lady, this black, and we have some clients whereby some big clients whereby they are so lonely. Ladies are lonely, oh. Believe me, oh. That's you see online where they will be from your molly. They are very lonely. Some of them that they have a child already, single mom. They need a man in their life. Different scenarios whereby mine was twice.
Whoa.
A lady like that, I picked her from a hotel, and it was raining that day. She actually had some loads. I took her all the way to Orchard Road. So that particular night, so she was like, oh, can you help me with the stuff inside? I was like, okay, no problem. Okay. It was raining. At the end, she was like, please, kind of hold on. I want to get you cash quickly upstairs.
Okay.
I coming downstairs. She's in, and as a man, the signal is being sent downwards. My brother, I had to hit the road though.
You collected your money? I
collected my money, but I did the deed.
You did
because I could not. I wasn't married then, in case my wife is hearing this.
Okay, you wasn't married.
I wasn't married though. I have not met though. So I was still single. I'm a bachelor.
You did the deed?
I did the deed. I collected my money. So that's it happens, but it comes down to how. But it's not professional actually.
Definitely.
You should not. It's not professional. I'm just saying I fall victim for that, and ever since then I don't.
That's very good.
I don't allow that kind of. It's not professional. I won't advise any driver to do because you could fall victim for anything.
Definitely.
It's just it can happen because we meet people on different distances. So I'm a human. I'm bound to we make mistakes. Yeah, so definitely. I will advise you that whenever that kind of situation happens, run, no. Don't wait to run, no.
That's amazing.
Run, no. So that's just it. And for new drivers coming into this job, because most people, the reason why they are coming in is because they had this thing is reckoning money. This is bringing in money. No, that should not. First thing about work is this. There's a saying that says when your when your passion is your work, then work becomes play. As for me, I can drive 24 hours.
You love it.
I love driving. Why are you into it? Because of money? Our grace is not equal.
That's true. That's true.
It works for me does not mean it to work for you. I have a guy, he ventured into it. At the end of the day, he sold the car. Was like, how are you doing it? I have a friend, my friend of mine, part of the guys that said we collected the car, the same Mr. Zion. There was one of my guys who told me, how are you doing? Are you using jazz? Because when I keep telling him my figures,
you see,
we'll be like, how are you doing it? How? But when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it.
Definitely.
So that's
amazing.
That's just
How much can an average Uber driver realistically make in a week? Like how much?
for an average driver, because depending on your experience.
Yeah, of course.
So for an average driver, you should be able to make like 100K plus in a week for yourself.
So that's like 400,000 plus
in a month.
So are there any hidden costs that people don't really like to talk about?
Sure. Because what people hear is the figure, what you are making.
Yeah, of course.
But what they don't know is the percentage the app is taking from it, the cost of repair, fuel. Yeah, those three things. They are the three factors that could affect a driver's not making much. Oh, for instance, now you enter a ride and the person feels like, oh, I'm paying too much. But okay, for instance, Bolt charges. This is also an opportunity to speak to Bolt. They should please come down on their commission. It's too much. They are not willing to come down on their commission. They are not willing at the same time to help the drivers make profit.
They are taking more.
They are taking more. Imagine on every ride you take, it's 25% they are taking from it. On every ride. So if you take a 1,000 naira trip, that's 250. Cost of fuel, wear and tear, everything is there.
They don't really care.
They don't care. So we've made several campaigns on that. Oh, please help us come down on your percentage. In-drive takes 9.9%.
Let's say like 10%.
Uber is the worst.
Uber
30%, 35%. So that's why you see drivers decamping. Oh, you see, it depends on which one you would like. For me, I prefer boats, regardless.
I love boats.
Because the reason why I love boats is I meet decent people there. If you can be able to pay a certain amount for a ride, it shows the kind of how responsible you are.
Definitely.
You understand? Because a riffraff cannot just only for all these hustlers. You understand? Hustlers, sometimes you come through them and they'll be like,
You've talked about the fuel, the amount goods take, the percentage you're taking from every ride, and the what is the third one you said now?
Cost of repair, maintenance.
Cost of maintenance. How is there any strategy that an Uber driver can emulate that can help them to to have lower expenses and higher income?
Here is it, because here is how I implement mine. To help me make more income and all. Like I said earlier, depending on your connections. When you have multiple offline customers that trust you, you're loyal to them and all. Because there are good people out there.
Definitely, of course.
Yeah. And they are willing. Not everyone likes to request on the app. They want one personal person. Especially those that comes from the States. They love when you came highly recommended. That someone refer you to them. They have 100% trust in you because they believe those that refer you to them have a dealings with you in the past already.
Definitely.
So that way, when you have those kind of clients, it helps you boost your income. On the app, a ride might be 15,000. They are willing to pay you double.
That's very good.
Because of the service you are offering for them.
That's very good.
So another thing again is limit how you stress your car.
Limit how you stress your
You don't
car.
just drive around. Have a strategy. Living home, have a strategy. And this is how I want to go about my day. This is my target. let me put, that was the thing I was supposed to put first.
Okay. Okay.
Going out from your home, have a target.
All right.
Don't be greedy.
Okay.
Have a target. Oh, I bought 10,000 naira for, oh, this 10,000 naira for, I want to use to make 30,000 naira. You get your 30,000, you go home. Because your car needs rest. And another thing is this, to save yourself from financial crisis when it comes to a time where you're supposed to fix your car and you're unable to get money to fix it. Here is how you do. When you make an income, you divide your income to 3 places.
3 places, all right.
One for wear and tear.
Okay.
For repairs.
Okay.
One goes to savings.
Okay.
And one for
yourself.
For yourself.
All right.
Because if you don't give what belongs to Caesar, when Caesar will ask for it, it will be very hard.
Definitely.
You understand? It's just like a saying in the Muslim, they said, if Obanyo Zaka, I'm sorry to use a Yoruba word.
Of course.
They said, Obanyo Zaka, Tizaka ba wonu owo fun re báyìí. Bubu ni. Kò ní yọ spoon wa o. Ó máa yọ shovel ti. So that is how it is. If you don't always leave your money aside for your maintenance, like, oh, you make 30K today, you make 50K today, but this is going for my maintenance. Nothing should touch it. Nothing should touch it.
You must be self-discipline.
And you service your car frequently.
Without it even giving you any, just service it.
I'll put it to you out there. More than 70% of Uber drivers out there now, when you request them, okay, there was a time a client requested me. He was going to the airport. That man is from Gambia.
Okay.
Was like, when he saw my car, I was like, wow, your car is neat.
You see?
This is the first time that I've been in Nigeria. I've been requesting comfort. This is the first time they brought comfort to me.
Comfort to him, you see?
That the cars that have been coming to pick him up are rubbish car. You'll be in the car, you'll be like, please, Uber drivers out there, I know it's hard, but try to do what? Maintain your cars.
That's good.
This is what brings food to your table.
Your
if
workshop.
They break down, it's your workshop. It's like your office. It's just like when you come to someone's to your office and your office is not some Uber driver's car smells.
I've experienced like 2-3 times.
How? Yeah. You will see someone in short knicker like bossers, and you say you're a professional. It's not okay.
I get that point.
So you understand. So the way these things really matters. It's affecting your income overall. It's affecting your expense overall. So that's just it.
Do you see Uber driving as a long-term career, or should driver use it as a stepping stone to something bigger?
Actually, depends. Why I say it depends is this. You know, God is the omni-knowest.
Omni-knowest.
Yeah. He knows everything. What he has in plan for you. He knows everything. If Michael Jackson's father has told him to become a singer, a boxer, he won't become what he has become today.
Yeah.
If Muhammad Ali's father has told him to become a footballer,
a singer,
he won't become what he has become today.
Definitely.
So comes down to we as human too, when we are choosing our career, as we go about our life path. Some people chose it as permanent, and due to some reasons. And for me, you can take it as your permanent job. It is because it's giving you income. And believe me, Uber drivers are like average Nigerians too. They are different from we have the elite, the average, and the poor. So Uber drivers are in the middle class. They could afford some lifestyle to some extent. Yeah. So it's depend on your own hunger. Do you know some people, they're actually like, oh, I want more. I want more. I want more.
It depends on your own hunger.
And through this career, and you know, as I said, God has designed your career path.
Definitely.
What you will do to get to where you're going to.
Definitely.
You understand? For me, presently, let me give you an instance. I met a man, he's from Canada. So this man was like, oh, like the same way I do, like jovial, make him laugh, those stuff like that. I gave him a nice reception,
Okay.
all of that. So I didn't even know he saved my number. All of a sudden, I just saw his call and he was like, come and pick me up again. I picked him up. We talked about business. It was like, I will be going next week, but I want you to be my eyes in this country. I want to come and establish in Nigeria. Help me look at what can I invest in.
Investing.
Through this job, you can meet your infinite helper.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
That you won't have to drive anymore. This man today, we get in touch every day. He called me today, video call, live.
You see?
This man is a truck driver in abroad.
Wow.
A truck, and you know what a truck driver earns in Canada. So he was like, oh, I want to invest in this country. I want to know what is the best. He has so many lands. He showed me everything. He has so many lands with undrawn homes already.
Wow.
This man is planning to relocate. You know, when they start growing to a certain age, they have to come back to the country.
Nigeria,
so it's like, I need you to be my eyes. Believe me, through that, I might quit Uber driving.
You see?
Okay, fine. He comes to Nigeria, establish a company. It sets me well, fine. Will I be worrying about driving someone around? So that's just it. That's why I said it depends. But if you ask me, if you don't have any other option, it's actually an okay job.
That's amazing.
So that's just it.
That's amazing.
I will choose it and choose it because it's better than you being under someone doing yes sir, yes sir. That's it.
What's your biggest piece of advice to anyone considering Uber as a source of income?
First of all, it's your purpose for coming in. You have to get it straight.
Okay.
Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? That's very important. You need to know why you're into something.
All right.
And before getting into it, you need to know the pros and don'ts of the business. Or else you just end up the way you go back in, you came out of it.
Out of it.
It's just like when you rush into marriage, you rush out of it.
If you don't know,
if you are just like, oh, this is what you're making, this is what you're making, it's not about the figures. You need to understand some basics about it, which is very, very important.
Very,
very important. Like I said, yeah, you need to be familiar with local sports.
Okay.
The airport, fastest route to the airport.
Okay.
It's very important. You need to know the hottest club in the city. Like, in case you need to know the best apartment in the city. Like, in case any rider comes in, I was like, oh, can you take me to a nice place? You need to know fun sports. These are keys. I'm just giving you that. Oh, for you to entice your customers. They'll be like, oh,
exactly.
This person actually knows what he's doing.
Definitely.
Because it's a job, it's a profession, right?
It's a profession,
so
yeah.
You have to be the best in what you do. That's what I do.
That's amazing.
I'm always the best at what I do. Like,
That's
I try to be the best. So that's like, I have to know. It's not just about driving. Information.
It's more than driving.
It's not just about driving. Some clients need you to execute some things for them, but you don't have the knowledge. How will you go about it?
How will you go about it?
There was a time a client came in and have huge sum of foreign currency. I was like, oh, I need a trustworthy place that I can change this money. I took him to a place, the office. Even he was like, wow, you know this kind of place?
You see?
You get like, it changes money, security, everything is there, detailed. Ever since then, he don't even follow me. He send me.
You see the level of trust.
You understand? So that's just it. So you need to know all this for you to go into this business. It's you don't just rush in. Because that's why I liken it to a marriage situation. When you rush into marriage, you rush out of it. So it's same thing as a business. Any business at all, aside from Uber. When you don't have a complete knowledge about what you're doing, you rush into it, you rush outside. Oh, this thing is reckoning money. It's not about the money. There are some things that you don't know.
No.
How did they go about making that money? You don't know.
That's amazing.
So that's the top of it, and that's just my advice. That's just the one thing.
You have to just manage. This is a little present.
Wow.
For
you. I'm amazed. Oh wow. Moon world. That's a big
I want you to
name.
read that.
Okay. Wow. This is a big quote. There is no shortcut to achieving something that will stand the test of time.
There is no shortcut.
Moonward. Wow.
Like I always tell you guys that Moonward Podcast is the home of second chances to every youth in Nigeria and beyond. Tell a friend, to tell a friend.
Moonward.
Podcast.
Moonward to the world. Moonward. 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 Like, subscribe, share.
That's
Moonward.
amazing. Until the next time, I see you all.
See you next time. Bye.
Word talk, moon word talk, moon word talk, moon word talk.